Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic book live stream. Got a decently sized haul, so let's dive right in. We'll start off with Multiple Man number 2. The issue starts off with Jamie having to calm everyone down and an explanation of where the other Madroxes came from. Bishop, the others basically decide that they're going to, the best thing to do is to go into the future, and because time travel fixes everything. Bishop gives one of them a temporal beacon so that if something goes wrong and backup is needed, well, they can call. As Jamie and the other Madroxes leave, Kitty asks Beast how he managed to get more annoying after he died. So they materialize in the future, 15 years from now, and of course it's a dystopian future and ruled by Madrox. Because of course it is. He even has a statue, which he himself says is off-putting. And some dupes start shit with a little kid, and then when Jamie tries to stop them, they get killed by two of his fellow Madroxes. And of course, this brings more to the scene, and well, yeah, they get wiped out by the others. So they go underground to where the Resistance is based. No, really. The Resistance. They're led by David Miller. And he's 15. Yeah. And he's got a bunch of basically there's a bunch of dupes working with him, as well as Forge's head. Just his head. So Jamie cleans up and is met by and meets Layla Miller. And this actually gives us a time frame as to when this Jamie locked himself in a bunker. Apparently a very long time ago, because he doesn't know who Layla Miller is. She knows stuff. So as Jamie goes and walks around a bit and learns that in his regime, all the heroes are dead. So, of course, he has a bit of a chat with Forge and decides to go into the future to basically create the merged dupes, the Dead Wolverine dupe, the Cable Warlock dupe, the Hulk dupe, But this is found out, and they attack. There's a nice little battle between the Armed Forces dupes and the Resistance dupes. Hulk dupe gets blowed up. And Current Prime says the best, they should all run away because we're all going to die. So yeah, be interesting to see where this goes. So it does appear that we're having fun with time travel, which time travel always hurts my head. Not even going to lie about that. So, anyways, moving on to X-23, number 2. So, we start off with narration. We get shots of Sophie Cuckoo's funeral. And the Cuckoos wake up. The surviving living Cuckoos wake up and realize something is wrong. And they come upon their dead sister. And they are very displeased. But we learn that it hasn't been the Cuckoo's narrator, it's been X-23. We woken up by Gabby and their pet Wolverine, Jonathan. And Gabby is, of course, still very hung up on the idea of on birthdays. Figured why not do what the Cuckoos did and pick a celebrity that they and go with their birthday. And once again, Laura reiterates that the Cuckoos are weird, which they are. Anyway, so Laura goes to look further into the missing scientist. And the Cuckoos decide that it's something they have to do, but if they do it, there's no coming back. Mindy however, isn't entirely down. So, anyways, like I said, X-23 is looking into the missing scientist who goes to where she worked, Jeannie. Turns out that she has a basically the Marvel Universe are a Fitbit, which is in this case is called FitFatFoom. And so X-23 finds her, finds the bracelet. And Gabby shows up as she's been texted by the Cuckoos. So Laura does some fighting here. And however, mental fuckery of the Cuckoos. Yeah, she's not. But the Cuckoos turns out have kidnapped Gabby. So they've got whatever they're planning. It involves Gabby. Moving on to Hunt for Wolverine, Mystery in Madripoor, number 3. The issue kicks off with Domino reminiscing about Wolverine, stating that whenever he was involved, she knew they were in for a good time. And those battle days were oh so good. So life built on trouble. That's what Logan is, and always has been. Trouble. And that's why it would never last. So anyways, Domino, Jubilee, and Shadowcat make it to the launch site for Viper's rocket, which of course is delayed because of the torrential downpour. But people paying Viper are not exactly accepting of that. So and they inform Viper of such. When Sapphire stumbles in, pretty much wonked out of her mind on something and dealing with the fact that she's apparently seeing Patch. Mind Blast and Knockout are called up to deal with Sapphire, but are intercepted by Kitty and Jubilee, and they manage to meanwhile, Domino and Bloodlust run into one another after Bloodlust kills the girl's way into the launch pad. Funny little moment here with Domino saying she can appreciate a name like Bloodlust. You know, she's a 90s girl too. Meanwhile, back to the fight between Kitty and Jubilee and Bloodlust and Mind Blast. Kitty fries the circuitry on Mind Blast's back, and meaning that Magneto is now free. And he's pissed. Meanwhile, what appears to be Patch attacks Sapphire. Of course, Viper has no idea that who's attacking Sapphire. I don't want Sapphire's under attack. Magneto's about to take care of Mind Blast when Kitty informs him, hey, stop the rocket. Don't worry about that. But the best way to describe those, basically it seems that Betsy's been messing with Sapphire's head. And things will be concluded in the next issue. Especially seeing as how the next issue's cover has Sapphire being held by Psylocke and with her psychic knife ready to go. Moving on to Old Man Logan. Number 44. So, let's pick up in Newark. Bullseye's interrogating a thug named Bullet that he ran into in Columbia alongside Shotgun, who would be later in the issue. And of course, and Vendetta. And well, it turns out that Bullseye's trying to find Vendetta, but well, Bullet doesn't know where she's at. So of course Venom then says, well, what about your partner, Shotgun? Anyways, back in Harlem, turns out that Vendetta explains that has pictures of various dead bodies that have been left behind by Bullseye of late. And so Logan suggests that they work with Bullet and Shotgun to maybe see if they can draw out Bullseye. And so Logan calls up Glob Herman and has him go. Apparently, Bullseye has, of course, threatened Bullet's kid, so calls up Glob Herman and says, hey, go rescue the kid. Meanwhile, Shotgun's crew is going to rob a bank wearing Daredevil masks. And Bullseye kills two of them and also manages to tear up shotguns. And then Vendetta and Logan show up. As the cops show, and cops do as well. Logan beats on Bullseye for a bit. and of course manages to get away. Turns out he was at the kid, and Herman informs Logan that Bullseye was at school earlier and took Bullet's kid, so he's got a child hostage. The next issue, well, at least cover-wise, we're recreating that classic Bullseye image, which, hey, I'm all for that. Moving on to X-Men Blue number 32. Begin with a flashback to one of the first times that Magneto fought the X-Men. Back to now, where the X-Men Blue team are defending Emma Frost while he's tearing up Paris. And they try to find, hey, she helped us take down Mother Vine. Like, so, of course, Magneto says, hey, she made, her argument being, she made me kill mutants. She caused me to kill mutants. So, they duke it out, and Magneto actually manages to do a little bit of damage to Emma in her diamond form. And while they manage to at least somewhat stop Magneto, briefly at least, they use Pickles, their Banff demon, to get Emma out, and then Magneto does explain, however, that he uses time platform and he saw something. Doesn't go into specifics, but the issue ends with the X-Men having brought Emma to a safe house in the cabin in the woods. Magneto walks free. Next issue, apparently, entitled "Back to the Future," and seems to be dealing with the future versions of the all-new X-Men. So, I'm fairly certain it's actually an Extermination tie-in. So, we'll see. Next up, we got Deadpool Assassin number 4. All right. So, where things left off, Deadpool had basically a bit of mockery of the Assassin's Guild. And Bruce said, hey, look, you need any high dollar work done, this is get in touch with me through this guy. I say that Belladonna was not impressed. And basically declares that she wants Deadpool, well, dead, but slowly and painfully, as well as anyone associated with him. So we get a montage with him doing various jobs, retrieving a sample of Super Soldier Serum variant from Project Gladiator, interrupt Mojo TV primetime broadcast, fire a bus of Hippolyta from Amazonian Temple, eliminate Han Solo in Las Vegas, acquire Venom symbiote, destroy the Darkhold. That mission failed. Assassinate Time Lost Wizard hiding in Weird World. Overthrow despotic space barony. Steal demon entity from the monsters of evil. Test viability to do Murder World installation. Of course, during all this, Weasel's watching, and his wife comes home. And while they argue, he realizes that she did set up the proximity sensors, which means somebody else bypassed the system. And Weasel explains, he's been running Black Ops out of the house for the last few months. The assassins attack. Of course, the assassins attack. In the meantime, we also get one last job, which is we see a couple of other jobs. One is Grand Theft Infernal Hellbike, and then an assassination job, which gets interrupted. Because, well, Weasel needs help. So, turns out that Jack-O-Lantern is leading the charge against Weasel. Deadpool hands him his ass, and then, well, Bushwhacker comes along and Trinity resurrects all the dead assassins that Weasel and Deadpool took out, and they go after Bushwhacker. Meanwhile, Deadpool decides to take the quartet to the Hell House, New York Annex, also known as Sister Margaret School for Wayward Girls. Of course, Wade is not exactly everyone's favorite person there. He's been stamping up hot every job that matters. And then he makes an offer to them who wants to help take down the Assassin's Guild. We got 2 more issues to go. Next on the list is Moon Knight number 197. So this one starts off with a gathering of sadists. Liberation McAllister, the scene photographer. Lila Decrecio, international drug lord and executive level madame. Saul Edmund, and Tilt, tattoo artist, body piercer, and reality television mogul. And so their host then insists that they, say who they are. So liberation goes into his story. He was, he took pictures at New York clubs and eventually started taking pictures of models. Shows and parties turned into fashion photography. Then taking pictures of actors, tech moguls, presidents, and soon enough, he was more than just a shutterbug, he was a brand. And well, turns out people who really want to pay are willing to pay. As he puts it, people with taste didn't want the same old thing. They wanted their private collection to look as interesting as the gaudy garbage they put on their walls. And so he got into snuff photography. Moving on to Lila. A mafia hit on the head of the triads led to her being taken in by the mob. And she excelled at the family business. And soon enough, she took it over. And Saul claimed to start off by lobbing grenades in public places and running away. No particular motivation besides throwing a cog in the machine. Never got caught. And then he started murdering random women from '99 until the present. Didn't get caught for that either. Figures he made the cut for the gathering of sadists because he's the only living man who's been both a serial killer and a mass murderer. And Tilt. Tattoo, ink work, piercings, reality TV, and then piercing people to death. However, it turns out there's one other guest there. Moon Knight. Who explains that, there's also a sadistic side of him too. After a bit of a scuffle, the host of the evening decides that Moon Knight has earned a personal invitation from none other than Moon Knight's own Uncle Ernst. And now comes the big one for this week: Infinity Wars Prime. All right, so things kick off Omnipotent City. Loki is going over various Asgardian tomes. I'm wondering why he remembers all these stories so differently. and he discovers that one of the tones is missing. It begins with Loki, but then most of the page has been ripped out. So of course, this does anger the Tommy for quite a bit. And so Loki decides, however, he will have to go after the Quarry of Creation. And well, Tommy decides that she always did want to travel. Maybe she'll actually get to write one of these tales down herself. Adam Warlock and Doctor Strange have themselves a chat about the Soul Stone, and then Warlock goes inside of the Soul Stone. Stopped by someone. Creature approaches, and Warlock realizes that he's powerless. Doctor Strange sees what it is and also sees that, well, whatever it is that Warlock saw has killed him. So he uses his time stone, goes back, and manages to pull Warlock out early. Turns out that in exchange for dropping Warlock off the Sanctum, Kang did want the Time Stone, which, of course, Strange is not giving up. Though, as he leaves, Warlock mentions that Kang won't be the only one looking for the stone. Thanos will come too. Speaking of Thanos, go to Chitauri Prime. So Thanos monologues over the Chitauri army that he is now in control of. And he says that the Infinity Stones are being gathered, and they will once again be his, as they were once before. They were his in every reality. And when he wraps his hands around Warbringer's neck, death will be slow and painful. When he begs for mercy, he shall find none. And just as he's about to send the Chitauri army out into the universe to bring, he's stabbed to the back. But he knows who the attacker is. And when upon saying he's here to kill Thanos, exactly what she does. Slices his head clean off. Before killing off the entirety of the Chitauri army. And that is where things end. We'll pick things up. Infinity Wars #1. With that, one of the greatest threats in the Marvel Universe is now dead. Well, for now. That's it for this week's books. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon are in the description box down below. Hit the bell icon for notifications. That's really all I've got for today. At the very least, we'll be back this weekend with a review of Mission Impossible Fallout. Yeah, that's all I got. So, it's Rockmo Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard.